You're not lonely. You're just early. The crowd was warm, it was also heavy. It held you in place while calling it support. You mistook noise for proof you mattered. You mistook applause for alignment. Individuation has a cost. You lose audiences. Not because you became worse, because you stopped performing the version they preferred. People don't hate your growth, they hate the bill your growth hands them. Packs calibrate to comfort. They protect yesterday. They reward the familiar script. If your signal threatens the script, they'll joke, tug, and delay. Not cruelty, homeostasis. Strategic solitude cleans the signal. Silence removes feedback you shouldn't trust. Distance reveals which connections were contact and which were consumption. When the room goes quiet, your own word gets loud. You hear where you leak, you hear where you bend, you hear what you actually want. You're afraid of the gap between who you were and who you're becoming. Good. That gap is the forge. Stand in it. Heat, pressure, cooling, repeat. Depth requires cycles, not witnesses. Here's the mechanism. Constant contact blunts edges. Your nervous system learns to scan faces before it checks the chest. You become readable to them and unreadable to yourself. Reverse it. Calibrate inward first, then express outward. If your new shape needs applause to exist, it isn't a shape. It's costume. Reputation lags coherence. Hold the lag. Don't fill it with explanations. Every extra sentence is a bid for permission. You don't need permission to be aligned. You need consequence when you're not. Leaving the pack isn't contempt, it's precision. Less access for what keeps you small, more weight for what builds your spine. No announcements, announcements are theater. Just go. Those who can meet your new altitude will find the path. The rest will stall, guilt or sabotage all our data. Solitude is not isolation. Isolation is absence without aim. Solitude is presence without noise. One erodes, the other hardens. Use solitude to set standards you don't have to say out loud. Start on time, finish what you start. Price your attention. Guard the mornings, let nights be dark again. Standards lift. Then the right people read them without a speech. Expect tests, old circles will tug for the discount version of you. They'll call consistency arrogance. They'll call boundaries overreacting. Hold anyway. A clean no with a steady pause teaches faster than 1,000 apologies. If you fear being misunderstood, accept the delay. Clarity arrives after evidence accumulates. Evidence arrives after repetitions. Repetitions arrive after you stop selling yourself for a seat at the table you've outgrown. You are not better than the pack. You are responsible to the path. Different directions don't require drama, they require distance. Space is not hate. It's hygiene. Cold logic. If everyone can afford your time, you're underpriced. If your ideas can't survive silence, they aren't ready. If your boundary depends on the room agreeing, it isn't a boundary. Walk alone long enough to become readable. When your presence holds without noise, the right ones tune to your frequency. Not because you chase, because you became clear. You're not lonely. You're just early. Stay early long enough and it becomes leadership. Not by title, by gravity. Speak less, mean more. Promise less, deliver exactly. Let distance do its work. Let your days gain weight. Let everything else rearrange.